We're live
And we're live.
for the first time in 2022.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo. And we have a person.
We do have a
Hello,
person.
person.
I don't know if we have any people on the YouTube yet. Their comments are over there.
Yeah, that's okay. 5 viewers.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hope everybody is warm.
Warm. Yeah.
That's my only hope for you
Oh, my
today. That
goodness,
you're
it's
warm.
so
It's-
cold. Are the there's Patty.
There's comments. We love it. And Anne.
And there's Anne.
It's lovely. So
Yay.
welcome to the first Tuesday of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Adrian's there and Sandy.
Hi, Adrian.
So I have some stuff to talk about. Then Barb has some stuff.
It was a productive holiday.
Ooh, it was a productive holiday. I sort of had a productive holiday. So in things that I needed to deal with around my house that
Oh, well, yeah, there is that. You mean, I washed the kitchen floor. Woohoo!
yes, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Of course, you have a cat. Have you ever had the cat go across the floor and go like that?
no. I don't wash my floor often enough. I need to sew.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And I have a house husband.
Oh, yeah, you're
Yes.
lucky.
And vacuum lots to deal with all the pet hair. But
Yes.
in things that I didn't need to do this weekend that I totally did, I had some random scraps of drywall and some bare studs. So I matched the two together so the drywall wasn't in my way anymore.
Yay.
That was the big productive thing.
Good.
There's also some sewing.
Do you
but
get to paint?
No, it's just in my laundry room behind
Oh,
my
okay.
furnace.
Okay. All right.
So no painting.
No paint.
But anyway, that felt really good to get something that's been sitting there for 4 years since I renovated taken care of. So we're off to a good start. We're being productive this year. Anyway, complete side note. You guys didn't need to hear about my drywall. But I hope everybody got something done over the holidays that they're happy with, even if that's just getting your kitchen floors washed.
Yeah.
These are all good things. I'm here to chat with you guys a little bit about some of the classes and events coming up, and then Barb has a little demo for you guys. I can see what it is on the table, and I'm thrilled.
They can see what it is behind you, too.
Yeah. It's good.
I like that quilt.
Me too. It's all sorts of wonderful 60-degree angles. 30. I like triangles and hexagons.
Yeah.
Okay, so upcoming classes. We have a whole bunch of stuff coming and starting right away. So some of it starts really soon. We have an event already this week. So I'm just going to pop us over onto... that's what Facebook looks like from our end. I'm going to pop you into the calendar. So coming up in the next couple weeks, there is a ton of stuff starting. Some stuff coming closer to the end, and then some other things starting February and later on. So first things first, there are still a few seats left on Thursday's event for My Punny Valentine. We could take a couple more people in store if you're vaccinated and you wanted to say you got an embroidery machine for Christmas and you're afraid of it. This will be a really fun event. The projects are absolutely adorable. You'll learn lots of fun techniques. You get to install a zipper with your embroidery machine. Because zippers aren't scary.
Yeah, no.
They're not scary. So there's still space in My Punny Valentine. That's coming up this week. That's kind of it for our first week of the year. Just feels like enough.
Yeah.
It's very cold out.
Yeah.
Coming up next week, this is where all sorts of new things get started. The first of a series of 12 is on January 12th. That's convenient. This is OASD Stitch Party. So again, an embroidery program once a month for the full year. So you can pick and choose the projects through the year that interest you the most, or you can sign up for the entire year for a discount. The first one is an In the Hoop notebook cover. And you can make it with cork or other weird specialty fabrics. It's pretty funky. There's some really cool techniques in there, and you'll have a finished notebook cover when we're all done class.
And Just in case you think, well, nobody uses notebooks anymore, we have 2 teenage granddaughters, and their Christmas wish lists were for leather-bound notebooks.
Oh, this would be great for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter's drooling over the sample I made. So I will make another one. She can have the second one.
Yeah.
And then I'll make another one with not a pink heart for my son.
Yes.
Can have a green or a blue heart, and he'll be quite happy. So that's probably going to be their little Valentine's Day treats from me. Because again, what kid doesn't want to pass notes in class? Like, that's still totally a fun thing to do. All of these classes are being recorded, so if you're not able to attend live, you can still sign up and get the class and watch at your convenience later on, which I really like. On the 13th, because we're just stacking everything together next week, we have our trunk show with Leanna Kirky from Brother Canada. She's a brother educator who has tons of experience with scan and cut, PE design software, the Luminaire, some of the other really cool scan and cut toys, some of the accessories. So her trunk show is an overview of the 8 classes we have coming with her starting in February. And trunk show is just $10. There is a little freebie project in there. I know that it's funky. It has some good machine technique information. Believe it's embroidery related, but that's all I'm telling you today. So you can sign up for just the trunk show and see what the whole program is about, or you can sign up for the entire series of 8 classes, or pick and choose. Lots of options there. Also coming up next week, if you have software for digitizing from Bernina. So if you want to know how to take your great idea and turn it into machine embroidery, software is that step in the middle. Bernina V8 is Designer Plus software. We're doing a new owner's class. You're able to take the new owner's class with a trial version of the software if you wanted to try it before you invest. And right now we're between versions, so you can I'm teaching V8 because lots of people have V8 and not a lot of people have V9 because it just released really in the last month here in Canada. So it's also being recorded so that you have that reference for as you get going on your digitizing journey. So that's coming up. Third weekend. Ooh, Aunt Annie's.
Aunt Annie's final block, but not the final class.
Did you talk with the boss?
Mm?
Did you talk with the boss?
I didn't talk with the boss. I talked with the underboss. And I also spoke with a customer today that we are going to have one more class in February to talk about putting it all together.
Yes. Yeah. So this has been Aunt Annie's Mystery Quilt. If you have not heard about this up till now, our lovely Barb, this one right here, wrote a mystery novel and designed a quilt to go with it. So that's been an ongoing class for the last year. And again, it's been recorded. And I think there's still some of the fabric kits.
There might be.
There might be.
There might be.
So you could still jump on the Aunt Annie's Mystery Quilt bandwagon and play along.
Sure.
You have a lot of reading to do to catch up.
But that's okay.
There's been a chapter every month.
That's okay.
And this month's chapter went out today because this is the first day we were open this year. Yeah. So that's coming up as well. So those are some of the things coming up right away. We have another program called Bernina. It's not Bernina. Backtrack, find the words. Kimberville a la carte. So Kimberville a la carte is how we've been presenting dealer exclusives. Dealer exclusives have been ongoing for a few years now. This particular program, you do need to drop your USB stick off at the store for us, and then we'll load your designs after class. We're in volume 3 right now till the end of January, and then volume 4 starts in February. So then we have another 6 months.
Talking about February already.
Are you still looking for November?
Yes. Where did it go?
You quilted all the quilts.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yes, you quilted all the quilts.
I know.
So digital dealer exclusives. There's a class for each project. Last Friday of the month, classes are $15. You have to drop your USB stick off. There's another whole program called Digital Dealer Exclusives. That program, You don't have to drop a USB stick off. You don't have to be local to us, and you can still play along. So if I can find... Ooh. Hang tight a minute. We'll go back here for just a moment so you don't have to watch me putz around and figure out where this information is. So, going back to the home page. View the latest. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, so in our latest e-news, we send in weekly e-news. If you're not signed up for it, you can do that from our website. So down, 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 down. Digital dealer exclusives. There's our info. Digital dealer exclusives, we are doing a little bit differently because we've already got a la carte running. With the older dealer exclusives program, we decided not to do the same format for digital dealer exclusives. So for digital dealer exclusives, the design for this month is this adorable little bunny rabbit. He fits in a little 3.5-inch embroidery hoop. His ears are embroidered. So cute. That's the first one. That's January's design. You can pick and choose through the designs and pick just the one you want each month. Just pick and choose. They're $15 each. For the 12, there's a bonus if you sign up for all of them. So that would be option 1 is pick and choose. Probably not your best option. You save more money the more you do. So if you want just designs every month, they'll get emailed to you around the 7th of the month. We submit your email address to Kimberbell. Kimberbell emails you the design file. Is how that's going to work. So you can sign up for all the designs for the full year at $120, valued at $180 if you were to pick and choose and buy them all individually. But if you really like having all the little bits of weird little fabrics and all the weird little notions and the leather and the mylar and all the other goodies that go along with these great Kimberbell projects, you can also sign up to get monthly kits. So that's the big number up there. Regular price for designs plus the kits for the full year plus 4 embroider along events throughout the year. That is regular price $575. We have it on sale for $500 until the end of January. And then you'll get all your kits as they're made, probably monthly. And first embroider along, where we'll walk you through those first 3 projects, is March 31st. So you can sign up for that in any format that works best for you.
Kind of keeps you motivated throughout the year.
Yeah.
You know, so something to look forward to.
Yeah. And lots of these projects aren't super time consuming, so they're like really good gift items. That's what I do.
You'll have all your Christmas gifts done before next Christmas.
Yeah, it'll be great. So that's digital dealer exclusive. So you don't have to be local to us at all. The embroider alongs will be half virtual, half in person.
Yeah.
There's no more words.
We're starting to forget what in person feels like.
I don't remember how this works. We're giving it a try. We're going for it with precautions. So that's digital dealer exclusives. Just a point of note, kind of completely off topic, there's still some Bernina things on sale. On that holiday sale. Anyway, get signed up for our e-news. You can do that right from our website. And if you're in the online store, which is where most of you land, this little slidey banner will give you all that top secret info.
Yay.
More info. Sign up for our newsletter. Then you get to fill out the thing. Hey, if you sign up for the newsletter, there's a birthday coupon.
I've run into a lot of people coming in because it's their birthday.
I know. We all like having birthdays, especially when you get to save money on fabric. Works for me. So that's mostly what I have for you guys today. There's lots of things coming up. You'll want to be in all of them. And there we go. We're back there.
Okay. There's all our people back.
Yeah, there's more people than when I looked at this last.
More comments.
Yeah.
I love the comments.
Me too.
Yeah.
They're the most
really
fun.
do. Yeah.
So Barb, what are...
You want to know what we're doing?
Kind of.
This quilt behind Leah here, I'm going to slide into frame a little bit.
I'll slide out a little
All
bit
right.
through.
I think I'm there. I know I'm there. It just takes a while.
Yeah, that
this camera's live. This has a bit of a delay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I have a delay myself. So the quilt behind me, you can probably see it. It is from a book called Radiant Quilts by a lady named Elsie M. Campbell. Now she called this quilt, this version of her quilt, City Slickers. But if you Google City Slickers, you'll get all kinds of other quilts. So my version is called Why Not? Because it is all Y seams. And I thought, okay, I like a challenge and I love to learn things when I'm doing stuff. So through the process of making this quilt, I have learned a lot. First of all, I had to make the quilt. So, and I'm going to show you the Y seams in just a minute. But the other things I learned was I got the quilt made and it took months to get it in here. And I decided I think I'll just baste it because I want to hand quilt it. So I got started with hand quilting straight lines. You can't see them on camera, so I'm not even going to try and show you. And I'm stitching away. And on my thread, I was trying a heavier weight thread on it. And it kept fraying out. Now, I was upstairs in my sewing room. My thread conditioner was downstairs, and I thought, I'm not going downstairs again. So I took a little scrap of fabric out of the garbage bin, and I took my Mary Ellen's Best Press, sprayed the fabric, and ran that along the thread. Worked really well. Yeah. So if you happen to run out of thread conditioner, you know, those little silicone doohickeys for your hand stitching, try some Mary Ellen's. Just don't spray the spool because then you'll never get the thread off of it. But yeah, I learned that. That works really well. I also learned that batiks are a little harder to hand stitch through.
They're quite dense.
So then I tried somewhere here. I tried machine stitching it with the same thread, and I didn't like that. That's coming out. I'm going back to hand stitching, but I'm using different thread. So lots of learning happening with this quilt.
Nice.
But if you like sewing 60-degree angles, triangles, or what this is made from are good old half hexes. Woohoo, half hexes. I got this down to a system, trust me. 358 different triangles. Anyway, so I'm just going to show.
I'm going to leave you to do that then.
It was a while. I'm not going to make 358 different triangles today. But it was one of those projects where you could just sort of sit and relax into it and do a bit today and do a bit another day. And eventually you had them all done. So I'm going to take the mystery out of sewing Y seams. First of all, I did want to show you this. This is my handy dandy hex and more ruler that I use all the time for all kinds of things. So if you have to buy one ruler to accommodate 60-degree angles, this is probably the one that you'll get the most use out of. So I had to show you that. And this quilt is made up of triangles. Each triangle, hold that up, is made from 3 half hexes. And it's just how you position the lights and the darks that give you that almost office tower effect, almost a cityscape effect. So how do we sew those pesky Y seams? I'm going to put these pieces on the bed of the machine and switch cameras. Hopefully we're missing our Tyler. Oh yes, it works today. Apparently he had unlike a lot of people these days, Tyler had a bit of car issues this morning. So there's the 3 half hexes lined up to make the triangle. So what I have found I did as I take one, fold it over right sides together. And of course, if you're using batiks, you don't have to pay too much attention. Now the key with the Y seam is you're going to start on the inside corner, and I have a sewing machine here that I have got programmed with a tacking stitch at the beginning of sewing. So when I start sewing, it's going to take a few tacking stitches before it sews the seam. And you want to start, I've got my little marker here, you're going to start 1/4 of an inch in from both seams. So right there, wonder how well that's going to show up. I don't know if that'll show up, but right there on that piece is going to be the starting point of the first seam. And then of course I've got them neatly lined up. So let's see how this goes. Drop my foot, and sometimes you might want to reposition slightly. I'm familiar with this machine, so I can kind of guess how that's going to sew. So now I'm going to start at that dot. Come on, machine. And you can see how it tacks and then sews the machine, the seam. Right out to the end, cut the thread. Lovely. And I like to press my seams open. You probably already know that about me. But in this case, I'm not going to even worry about the iron. I'm just going to finger press that just to give it a little bit of guidance. So that's the first seam. Now this one, this piece goes on there. So I'm going to fold that over that way, like that. But I am going to extend it past my seam by that 1/4 inch. If I mark my 1/4 inch on this piece, and trust me, you don't have to mark all 358 of them, because after a few, you're going to be able to eyeball that 1/4 inch spot right there. So what I do, again, we're starting in the beginning, the center of the block. If you open that out, you can actually fold that back. Can you see I'm sewing just that straight edge right there? You can see right here is the start of my previous seam. So that's where I'm going to start this seam. And I've just got the rest tucked out of the way. Fold that up, drop my foot, and then carefully realign. Perfect. And again, tack a few stitches. If you have to tack it yourself, that's okay. 2 steps forward, 1 step back should about do it. There we go. So that's the second seam. And because we haven't sewn right to the ends in here, it's easy enough. Oops, I forgot my snips. Oh well. Oh, there's some thread snips. That'll work. Get that thread out of the way. So now for the final seam here, I can just line it up, no problem. Fold this guy up out of the way. And it's quite easy to see where I'm going to start here, 1/4 inch in either direction. Drop that down, realign slightly, make sure we're nice and straight. And of course, batiks are a great fabric to practice this technique on because they don't stretch and move around quite as much as some fabrics. So, and there's seam number 3. So now I'm just going to finger press these guys right out like that. Squash it flat. So there's the key to that Y seam. See how nicely that lays? Matches perfectly on the front. Once I press that with an iron, that's going to lay beautifully. So the key with the Y seam is starting in the center and sewing outwards and starting that 1/4 inch in right there on all 3 seams, right there, right there. So those are great blocks. This works for your half hexes. It would work for if you were piecing full hexes or triangles. It's a great little technique. Oh, we can do another one. We can do another one. You can tell these got fished out of the scrap bin, so they're not exactly flat. So again, fold the first one over, line it up. Can be quite soothing after a while. When you have something like this, it takes a little focus. Once you get it down, put on some nice music, and you're off and running. You can see it's not going to take you all that long to work your way through a stack of these hexes. Teresa says, I'm stressed just watching this process. It is easy, Teresa. You just have to give it a try. Relax into it. Start in the center and remember that 1/4 of an inch. There we go. Fold it over. I'm really careful about folding them in the right order. I did put a few together in the wrong position. So now, if I folded that up 1/4 of an inch, that's another way of marking. Now I can tuck that seam together. Can you see all what I'm doing here? I think so. And then when I lay that down, just have to snuggle it in like that. There we go. And if you haven't got a sewing machine that has that built-in tacking stitch, we can certainly sell you one. There are certain features about machines, and this is a Bernina 2500 that I'm working on today. It's almost identical to my 2400 that I work on, and there are just so many features about it that once you've had them, you really don't want to be without. So now I've just folded for the 3rd seam. I can see where that seam is going to start right there. Right there. Hook. And tack and stitch. There we go. So that didn't take long, and I've already got 2 triangles made. Now you can see how just in the folding I've got a little bit of a pleat here. That will come out with pressing. If you have to, you can put a little bit of steam, or even better, some best press on that. There we go. And I love the way the center just sort of curls down flat. So that's our fun for today. Those why not seams. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself for this new year, 2022, to try one new technique a month, so that by the end of the year, you're going to have 12 new things that you have learned and that you can incorporate into your quilts. So that was kind of fun. Leah had lots of announcements for us. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful holiday this year, and now we're just diving right into 2022 with all kinds of fun things lined up. And we're just kind of finalizing a few details on it, so tune in on Thursday and I might have another fun thing for you that is a little bit more participatory, let's say. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Maybe a bit of a challenge. So, till then, take care, everybody. Stay warm, stay safe, enjoy your quilting, and don't be stressed out about it. Remember, Teresa, creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. So keep that in mind. Give it a try, and when you come away from it having mastered it, you'll feel so good about yourself. It's that little bit of triumph that we all need. Take care, everyone. We will talk to you Thursday. Sandy will be up with 22 for 22 tomorrow. So we'll